Carlos Ghosn must be compensated for his arbitrary detention in Japan, according to UN experts. Carlos Ghosn's detention in Japan was arbitrary, according to the UN Working Group, which considers that the appropriate remedy would be to grant him an enforceable right to compensation and other reparations, in accordance with international law. While Carlos Ghosn is currently pursuing his training career in Lebanon, a UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention calls for compensation for the ex-captain of industry, arguing that the deprivation of liberty of the former Nissan executive in Japan was arbitrary. In a document published on November 20, this group of independent experts, who do not speak on behalf of the United Nations and whose opinions are not binding, explain that their opinion does not relate to the accusations brought against of Mr. Ghosn in Japan, but on the conditions under which the procedure was conducted. The UN Working Group is of the opinion that the deprivation of liberty of Carlos Ghosn from November 19, 2018 to March 5, 2019 and from April 4 to 25, 2019, in violation of Articles 9, 10 and 11 of the Universal Declaration of Rights and Articles 9, 10 and 14 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, was arbitrary. He notes in particular that the bail conditions imposed on Mr. Ghosn appeared to have been exceptionally strict, in particular the prohibition, during the second period of bail, of any contact with his wife, other than through its lawyers, without prior court authorization and for an indefinite period. Considering all the circumstances of the case, the appropriate remedy would be to grant Mr. Ghosn an enforceable right to compensation and other reparations, in accordance with international law, he said. For the lawyers of Mr. Ghosn, Françoise Marie and Jessica Finel, this opinion is a courageous decision which constitutes a decisive turning point. The former boss of the world number one in the automobile industry, Renault Nissan Mitsubishi Motors, was arrested on November 19, 2018, when he landed in Tokyo, suspected of having failed to declare a large part of his income to the stock market authorities between 2010 and 2015. On March 5, 2019, a Japanese judge accepted his release on bail, with a ban on leaving Japan, but a few weeks later, on April 4, he was arrested again, accused of having used $5 million for his personal benefit before, to be released on bail on April 25. Carlos Ghosn, who denies these accusations, arrived in Beirut on December 30 after an incredible flight from Japan that he is suspected of having left hidden in a box of audio equipment.